Mr. Shelby, you're meant to be resting.
I've learned something, Francis. There's no rest for me in this world. Perhaps in the next. As a businessman, consider all possibilities. I'm not a traitor to my class. I am just an extreme example of what a working man can achieve.
guys, what is going on? What is going on, everybody? All right, guys, let's take a look at first the news this week. Wow, it's a new trading weekend. Today, happy President's Day, right? Holiday, I know. Market's super slow, specifically all week this week. Last week too, the volatility wasn't as expected here, right? We didn't really have too much volatility. Sometimes the markets tend to slow down, guys, especially after, you know, as much volatility that tends to happen, right? The markets do tend to slow down here. So we'll take a look here to see kind of what we're looking at. I am going to give you guys some type of trade ideas if I see anything here. Okay. And we'll get it going from there. So let's take a look at how the markets look and get it rocking here. Let me do something real quick. Let me just charge my phone for that. And we'll get it going. Okay, so let's take a look at the news here. I still have a an eye sty, which is technically a bacterial infection still, but I'm feeling way better today compared to how I was feeling the other days, guys. I'm feeling way better today, so it is what it is. Okay, bank holiday. Let's take a look at CAD, CPI, medium CPI, trim CPI, common CPI. Nothing crazy here, right? Just obviously CAD, you see that they're going through actually deflation, which is good. A little bit of a CPI year over year going lower than expected. NZD this week as well. Nothing too crazy there. FOMC meeting in minutes, employment change, unemployment rate, right? Unemployment claims. Here we go. So this week's kind of like slow, nothing too crazy here, right? Lower than expected unemployment claims. Let me see this. Friday. Advanced GDP quarter for quarter. This is big. Wow, GDP is actually expected to come out lower than expected. That's not good. At least it's not negative, but this isn't like the best news. Obviously, it's coming out a little bit lower. It's still positive. It's still above 3%, which is good. A little bit higher core PCE, flash manufacturing PMI. This is actually really good. It's above 50, so that means there's economic expansion and growth. So this is good for markets. This, even though it's lower than expected, is still good for markets. 3 is still good for markets. So just bullish news this week. Nothing. Wow, it's kind of a boring week, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, hold on. What is that? How's that Leonardo DiCaprio meme go? Right, when he whistles. I couldn't even whistle. I was so tired. Meeting in minutes here. Okay, so we do have maybe something going on here. Maybe some type of effect on monetary policy here. I know we don't have any cuts or anything. Sometimes, guys, you'll have weeks where, you know, the market is amazing and, like, you know, you'll have a lot of excitement in markets, and then sometimes you'll have weeks where there's not that much excitement in markets, right? And last week there was some really low volatility. This week probably low volatility too. I think we might go bearish. I think the markets might go bearish this week until possibly Friday and then turn around. It looks right here like even like we could take a look at this, right? You see that? markets look like it's probably Dixie's moving to the upside. Dixie's probably going to move to the upside and then fall. It's kind of what I expect going on here. Mitigation to this indecision right here. Yeah, Dixie looks like it's an order flow, bullish order flow. So what does that mean? I expect markets to go down. To be a bit more bearish here. Let's eliminate this here. And this is the type of stuff that I really don't like, right? Like, you see this? Like, again, like, I did have like a potential buying zone here in price actually. But like, look at this. For 52 days, 50 days, 50 trading days, which is over 2-3 months, prices ranged and really just, even if we take a look at this as a whole, we've had a range here for the last 62 days. Now in trading days, there's about 20 to 25 trading days in a month. So we're looking at 3 months now. From December till now of just back and forth consolidation. Okay, now that will kind of explain why markets are slowing down, why you've had pullbacks on Bitcoin, why you're seeing markets not move the way that, you know, they were last year, right? You're not seeing that. One second. Okay, so you do have this here. My thoughts on markets overall. I still am bullish long term because this is a rate cutting year, right? We're still going to be cutting rates. I just don't see us having a 15% run. Looking at the big 7, it doesn't look like we're very bullish here. Okay. Technically, we broke these highs, wiped lows, wasn't able to break past the previous impulse move, and now we're bullish onto the downside, bearish. I mean, we broke the previous impulse high. So, looking at this on a weekly standpoint, it looks still a lot more bearish than bullish, but we can see kind of what happens here. We can play the in-betweens. Right. I could expect price to come back up to this zone here. And maybe dabble with order flow. I could expect some bearish movement here. All right, a little bit of bearish movement there. So let's look at that tomorrow morning. We'll see how that looks. Okay. I do believe that we could see some bullish movement here, but I'm not too confident just based off of Dixie being very bullish here. could see a run and then a fall back to this zone. US 30 kind of the same thing, very similar outcome. Russell. Wow, Russell is actually. Let's take a look at Russell here. It's an order flow. Complete order flow. I'm not gonna lie, when the market isn't trending, it's kind of shitty to trade. Right? This looked like a potential break. The thing is, it's back in order flow, right? Technically, this is that break of structure that we talked about, right? Technically, this impulse move would lead us to believe this right here could be order flow or a run and rally to the upside. Right here. You see that? Internal buys. Question is, are we done moving downward here? Could this start to rally? I don't like to guess the bottom at order flow, so in order for me to really buy this, I need to see the market start closing above this zone. This is what I want to see. Pull back, then run to the upside. That's what I really want to see. Now, this could do the opposite. It could just drop here, retest these lows, and move lower. But again, long term, this is a buy. So even if that scenario happens here, right, we have the scenario of what, order flow? We can still see a movement to the upside, right? I can see that happening for sure. Right? Give me a second, guys.
It's not a good idea to look at Tommy Shelby the wrong way.
I kind of see the same thing with futures here. It's like, haven't really marked this up here, but this right here kind of looks a little promising. Didn't break structure, so this area there, way promising. As long as it doesn't break below this area, it is technically still bullish here. Technically. Let's look at the VIX here. Wow. That's not good. When volatility on SPX tends to rise, it tends to be bearish. Looks like the volatility is on an uptrend right now, meaning that more bearish movement is going to happen. Usually it's the opposite for gold. The more volatile it is, the better. We still have fills that we need to get filled here. Also here as well. Which is good. Because that means that we're probably going to get those fills, but this area here needs it, and this area here needs it, and this thing still looks bearish here. Hasn't fully turned around. What does that mean? It could mean that gold is actually bearish here. Let's take a look at what my thoughts are here with gold. I've been wanting to buy. I've been getting stopped out recently. But it's just because, to be honest, there's not as much volatility. Like, it's just all of last week. Like, let's really look at gold last week. Sunday. The only move that happened was Thursday, Friday, right? You just had that big drop. But you had about gold doing what kind of moves? For 4 days straight, 5 days straight, move around 900 points or 10,000, 1,000 points. 10,000 points or 1,000 pips, right? Big drop, mitigation. We didn't break structure. So technically it's still a buy. Okay. But it's in this order flow. And that's another thing. Regardless of what anyone thinks, I am still bullish on this. This is just in order flow. So it could just come down, it could do this, and then it could run and rally. But its structure is still a respected buy. You understand, guys? So because it's a respected buy structure, this thing is still bullish, regardless of what people think about the thing. You know, I'm still very much more bullish on gold than bearish. Right? Now, where would my opinion change is if we have a complete close below here. Then I would say, hey, you know, for the close of yesterday's weekly low, then I would give you guys a different opinion. Curious to see how volatility comes into play. We could see some continuation trends here, but we'll take a look at it. There's no play here. Not yet. There's no confirmation, so I want to wait for some buys here. Let's take a look at USD CAD, because USD CAD went really well, right? With some buys that we had pending over here, which was good, right? We had some really good movement here with USD CAD. It did great for us, right? All TPs basically hit. And I gotta update it. I've just been a little sick, guys, so which is why I haven't updated trades. GU really, back in GU doing nothing. Just order flow, even Euro, right? Not even in Euro, but taking a look at it here. Let's look at Bitcoin. Oh my God, this looks bad. Bitcoin looks really bad. Actually, the weekly doesn't look horrible. Maybe it's because the daily looks really bad. That's why I said that, and the 2-day doesn't look good at all. But the weekly looks actually pretty great. If this is a swipe of liquidity, but look at this. That is a weekly close. What does that mean? That means we're going to get a rocket ship spike and then another fall. Probably here. I'm predicting Bitcoin and all of crypto's entire market cap to drop probably from this zone at least another 30%. Okay. Making some adjustments, just taking a look at this, guys. We are bearish here. I believe Bitcoin is very much bearish here. We're going to look for more sells here for BTC. Breaks of structure, and I'm predicting a 40K Bitcoin. Nvidia MSRT. Wow. MSRT is going to go to $60. It's crazy because the big seven don't look good. I was actually looking at the big seven earlier today. Nvidia is slowing down. Apple looks like it wasn't able to break an all-time high. Huge sell-off here. Amazon looks like it's mitigating an indecisional candle here. Google looks bearish. Google, if it closes below this on the daily, we're bearish on Google. But the weekly, if we get the weekly close below this, Google could come all the way back down to 270 and even 240. This looks very bearish, guys, for all markets. Meta doesn't look like it's creating highs. It looks like it's in order flow still. It's stuck in order flow. Tesla looks like it's stuck in order flow right now. Hopefully we don't get a break below here. If we do, then we're going to get some real big selling pressure. Microsoft dropped tremendously, wasn't able to break all-time highs, is down 28% from a blow-off of the weekly. Actually, we did have a higher high. It should see some buying now for a 40% run. Coinbase looks bad. Looks like it's about to break that low. So yeah, very bearish, guys, on SPX and markets. Hopefully we do get a turnaround here with some news of the Fed. If the Fed says that we're going to cut rates, you should expect that turnaround to happen this week. Other than that, I appreciate y'all.